Lawmakers in our state are in the process of reviewing applications for those wanting to use medical marijuana and those who want to grow it and sell it. But other states are ahead of us. Colorado has had legal medical marijuana for 10 years. ABC 15's Kirk Youngke went to Denver, where a legal loophole in 2009 created a marijuana frenzy. He goes in depth tonight to find out what the medical marijuana industry looks like.
So they were just going up everywhere. We had no signage limitations, no local zoning effect.
The Green Mile in a rundown part of Denver is now infamous for its marijuana leaf signs, names like Good and Tasty. But dispensaries also popped up in sleepy suburbs like Cherry Creek, an upscale area with shopping, expensive homes and schools. Neighbors were concerned when they first heard.
I thought I should keep my ears and eyes open to see if it impacted, my neighborhood. I live only like 4 blocks from here.
4 blocks from Alpine Herbal Wellness, a dispensary that blends into this strip of locally owned shops. The owners here gave us unrestricted access to their dispensary.
We have nothing to hide. We're very legitimate business people.
My wife's experience with using cannabis as a way of coping with the issues around ALS is what opened my eyes.
Now he grows it and sells it. What is typically an illicit drug is now a legitimate business.
It's sort of like a spice jar, so then patients can smell the terpenes, which the terpenes determines the odor.
Edible marijuana, inhalable marijuana, even topical ointments, all sold here, all legal in Colorado.
You have your medicine on the edge here, you just touch it to that, and it immediately vaporizes it.
The pot is locally grown. I was given access to a grow operation in Denver, although for security reasons I was asked not to shoot the outside of the building. Fans blowing, grow lights gleaming, and irrigation systems dripping throughout. Hundreds of plants, thousands of dollars in potential profit. The thing about these grow operations is that it's not something you can just throw together. It's not someone growing marijuana in their basement. This is the real deal, and when you get a chance to take a look at a facility, you quickly realize that this is big business. This is legitimate, and there's a science to growing medical marijuana.
It's been fed properly, the proper amounts, and believe it or not, each plant could be individually fed and watered.
I'm told this is one of the nicer grow facilities in Colorado. Because these operations can be the target of theft, most are on the state's registry, but kept secret to the public.
To be honest with you, this is not something that everybody gets to see on a daily basis.
She says the grower's goal is to keep the smell to a minimum so neighbors have no idea it's even here. The fear for many people is what happens when a grow or dispensary moves into town? The answer may surprise you.
Does crime follow these dispensaries? Does crime follow the grows?
It certainly hits the news more, but I think that the reality is from the stats that we've gotten from the Denver police and some of the others over the last couple of years when they've started doing it, these areas really have not increased in crime.
In fact, I couldn't find a single neighbor in upscale Cherry Creek to disagree with that.
I walk by them all the time, and they're just storefronts to me.
The people that are going to use them are going to come and use them, then the other people aren't affected by it.
There's a preschool just a few blocks down the road from the dispensary we visited. The workers at that preschool wouldn't go on camera for an interview, but they did tell me that despite a huge outcry from parents at first, there has been zero impact on their school since it opened.
So it's legal by state law, but the feds have kind of gone back and forth. It's against federal law, but the feds have said one way and then another way whether they're going to enforce it. Are these people worried about what's going to happen?
Well, there's uncertainty from the federal level, no question about that. And it's always on their mind. In fact, most dispensaries have plans in place. They train their employees on what to do in case the feds show up at their door. I talked with one owner who has 2 young kids. She has a plan in place of where her kids will go if her and her husband get hauled off to prison.
And you have even more on this coming up tomorrow.
Yeah, that's right. We're going to daybreak tomorrow. Another piece of this story. We're going to have more on what Colorado lawmakers and marijuana growers think Arizona is doing right. And the one thing that seems like a great idea, but some say could actually cause more problems in our state.
All right, Kirk, we look forward to it. Thank you. We also want to mention on our website, there's an entire page dedicated to medical marijuana and what you need to know as it's legalized here in our state. Just go to abc15.com, look for the link front and center on our homepage.